Well, good morning.
Good morning.
And thank you for coming. It's a good day when you can make announcements like this. I do want to acknowledge that we're in DeWitt Sullivan Park, made possible by the Forest County Board of Supervisors, Supervisor Rod Woolard. We appreciate that. I want to acknowledge two of our council members who are here to celebrate the success of one of their colleagues, Councilwoman Mary Dryden, as well as Councilman Jeffrey George are here, and we appreciate that. Also, I want to thank our Parks and Rec staff for getting the podium out here and making sure that we have everything we need when we have events like this. Our city clerk, Kermit Seaton, is here with his Southern Miss shirt on, as well as Ann Jones, our chief administrative officer, Lamar Rutland, our city engineer, Chad Frierson, our water and sewer director, and Andrew Elwood, our urban development director. And I think those are all of our city employees on the third floor who are here. Today we announced another infrastructure project milestone, the replacement of some of the largest water lines in the Palmer's Crossing and Irene Chapel neighborhoods. Beginning in late November, early December, crews will begin working to replace many of the asbestos cement lines with new lines. This $2 million project will increase both pressure and volume to improve fire protection and water flow for the residents of these two neighborhoods. This project, which is part of the ComSWIP efforts that have been going on in recent years, will replace nearly 20% of the overall asbestos cement water lines in these two neighborhoods. These larger lines that are slated to be replaced along streets like Dixie Pine Road, Barkley Road, North Chancellor Road, Old Airport Road, McCall Road, and others are often the lines that feed into other streets in these two neighborhoods. So this represents a renewed effort to start addressing the aging infrastructure needs in these parts of South Hattiesburg, needs that have existed since they were both annexed back in the 80s and 90s. The $2 million for this project is coming from a funding source that was originally slated to pay for the new wastewater treatment facility. However, with our lagoons now meeting permit requirements and our recent settlement with Gulf Restoration Network, this money can now be shifted towards projects such as this to address infrastructure needs that are already under our streets. There are many folks who made this project possible. Councilman Nick Brown communicated soon after taking office that getting this project underway was a top priority of his. Lamar Rutland, our city engineer, Chad Frierson, our water and sewer director, Larry Barnes, our public works director, all played a hand in preparing this project and getting it ready to go. Shouse, Dearman, and Waits helped facilitate many of the engineering specs. And we also need to acknowledge and thank the previous administration under Mayor Dupree, as well as the previous city council, for launching the ComSWIP program in the first place to get a start on water and sewer replacement before it became an unmanageable situation. And finally, we need to acknowledge the community organizations and neighborhood leaders in Palmer's Crossing and Irene Chapel for speaking up on behalf of their residents over the years. When you think of citizen engagement, you think of folks like Frankie Benton and Dr. David Rankin and Nathan and Sandra Jordan, as well as a host of other people who voice their opinions regularly, and these individuals commit bold acts of public service by simply speaking up. We had a town hall meeting in Irene Chapel earlier this week, and in those conversations you could feel the sense of community pride, of appreciation for the social fabric that existed between long-standing neighbors and residents. And when you meet someone from Irene Chapel or Palmer's Crossing, they claim it, and they're proud of it. And by the city stepping forward and making these investments now, we can help ensure that pride is passed on to future generations. So I want to recognize and call up to speak now Ward 5 Councilman Nick Brown.
Good morning, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank everyone for coming out. Thank you all for your support, for being behind us on this. I would like to thank the mayor, Miss Ann, for what you all do, for your swiftness on getting this pushed through. This is very essential. It is my job to represent and work for the people of Ward 5 and the citizens of Hattiesburg. And this new infrastructure upgrade is a big step forward for our neighborhood and the future generations to come. And this is very essential to me, with water being essential, a daily essential part of our lives. We all use water daily, and I think it's very important that we make this upgrade. And with being at 15 to 20%, that's a nice start. But we also want to get up to 30%, 40%, 50%, and 100% over time. It's something that needs to be done for a while, and I'm happy to make a move on it. I'm glad we're moving forward with it. When I signed up for this job, I went in and I wanted to see things happen. I told myself and I told others as I campaigned, if I made it, if I didn't see progress, then I would step out the way. But I see progress, I see teamwork coming along with the administration, with the mayor, good communication, and that's what moves things forward. And we can't get all things done, but we can try to get what we can done and work from there. And once again, I just want to thank everyone. I want you all to keep our city, our ward in your prayers as we move forward, and we look for more big things to come. Thank you.